What's happening, guys? Chris VA Travels here in downtown Fredericksburg, and I'm taking a walk over to look at Mary Washington's monument. I'm meeting Kevin again with the Washington Heritage Museums, and yeah, I was out here not too long ago, made a little video on statues and monuments in Fredericksburg. We're walking by Kenmore right now. Yeah, and I had just taken a quick look at it, but Kevin's going to show me around, give me a more thorough tour. And there's a few things to look at. There's the actual monument, the Kenmore Cemetery. There's a caretaker's cottage, a meditation rock right behind it. So yeah, it should be pretty interesting. Hugh Mercer statue with the moon behind it. Pretty cool shot. Here it is. Yeah, sun's hitting it great. And it looks like they put up a new plaque that wasn't there a few months ago. And Kevin should be here in a few minutes. Caretaker's cottage over there, that stone building. Looks like maybe they brought this thing down from Buffalo, New York. John Crawford and Son. I still have the lights on, but here it is. Yeah, great obelisk, great monument. All right, so an evolving landscape, and it looks like January of 2023. Heritage Museums received the monument site as a gift. Oh, that's cool. So you can pause, you can scan for more information if you want to donate, help support. But I don't want to get too carried away filming. Like I say, Kevin will be here in just a few minutes. But one more shot, the sun hitting it. Some pickleball going on back there. That's a heck of a chimney on that thing. Just take a quick walk around the grounds. Oh, big old bee. Couple of them. Feasting away. Okay, gate right there. Some butterflies, a lot of activity over here. Good little spot to sit down, catch some shade. And here's the front. Oh, interesting little diamond-shaped window right there. And I'll just take a look at this side. Looks like there's an add-on in the back. Cool. Yeah, again, little kind of Palladian window right there. All right, let me go in and talk to Kevin.
Good day. My name is Kevin Anderson. I'm the Manager of Museum Operations and Interpretation at Washington Heritage Museums. Today we're talking to you from the Caretaker's Lodge on the grounds of the Mary Washington Monument. This lodge construction was completed by 1896. And Frances Gulrich was the first caretaker of the grounds. Her and her husband, Judge John Gulrich, moved into the house, and Frances became the first caretaker of the lodge. But in 1889, there was a local movement, an association of local women who gathered together to construct a monument for Mary Washington. In the following year, there was a national movement as well. And their goal was to replace the monument that had been started in the 1830s. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. But the lodge was meant to be a residence for the caretakers. And in the space next door, we'll see here in just a second, was meant for a banquet room, meeting space, and things like that. We're in what has become to be known as the Connecticut Room, right off of the front entrance. It becomes known as the Connecticut Room because the ladies from Connecticut donated the furniture in this space, hence the name Connecticut Room. And one thing I should mention, the Caretaker's Lodge eventually will become the headquarters for Washington Heritage Museums. We oversee the Mary Washington House, the Hugh Mercer Apothecary, as well as the Rising Sun Tavern and the St. James House and the grounds here where the Caretaker's Lodge is located, and of course the Mary Washington Monument. So as we look around, these are plans to make the site more accessible, to allow everyone to come visit the grounds. Those works are in progress. If you're interested in donating to the cause, you can visit WashingtonHeritageMuseums.org, click on the Monumental Campaign selection, and you can contribute a donation to help with the renovations of the site. Above the mantle here, this is a picture of the first monument that was attempted to be constructed. In the 1830s, Andrew Jackson comes here and he lays the cornerstone. And the monument is never completed, largely due to a lack of money. Now today, if you visit the gardens of the Mary Washington House, you will see two pillars from this monument on display. And the Fredericksburg Area Museum also has a piece of the monument that was never completed in the 1830s. On top of the mantle here, you can see the grounds of the lodge look quite a bit different than what they do today. The lodge there, and then the monument off to the right in the background just a bit. So now we're at the Mary Washington Monument. This is where Mary Washington was buried after she died of breast cancer on the 25th of August, 1789, about the age of 80 years old. Now today, we don't know where Mary is buried. Read differing sources doing research, suggestion perhaps her remains are under the monument or near the monument, but we don't know for certain. So how her remains end up here, during the course of Mary's life from a very early age through the entirety of her life, Mary Ball Washington is a very pious woman. She's reading the Bible, the Book of Common Prayer, catechisms as well, and she will continue to do that throughout her life. We believe she teaches those children those values as well. And Mary's also reading books by authors such as Matthew Hale and other authors that discuss the benefits of being out in nature and finding the highest spot you can find to meditate and to be closer to God. So we're going to talk a little bit about Meditation Rock a little later, but we think this is what drew Mary to this location. And at the time, it was on the grounds of what we know as historic Kenmore today, where her daughter Betty and her husband Fielding Lewis lived. So this was an area very familiar to Mary Washington. So the first monument was attempted in the 1830s. President Andrew Jackson comes here, helps with the cornerstone. But I mentioned earlier, the monument runs out of money and it's basically disbanded. And then in the 1890s, there are two groups. One was a local group of women. The following year, there's a national group of women that come together and raise the money for this monument. It's completed in 1894. It's the first monument in this country for a woman by women. And recently, the Daughters of the American Revolution were very generous by donating a $100,000 gift to the revitalization of these grounds and making it more accessible for the public. And that is work that is being completed and in progress by Washington Heritage Museums. So this cemetery here is not related to the Washington family. but this is the Gordon family cemetery. When the Lewises have passed away, Kenmore is sold, and one of the owners is Samuel Gordon. He lived a short distance away from us over in Falmouth, Virginia, and he will purchase Kenmore. He's buried here in this cemetery along with a lot of his relatives. So now we're standing at Meditation Rock, as well as what has become known as the Eskridge Oak. George Eskridge, he was a guardian of Mary Ball Washington. Mary was quite young, about 3 years old when her father dies. We believe it's her half-sister Elizabeth and her husband Samuel that raised Mary into adulthood. But George Eskridge is thought to have overlooked Mary's inheritance and her care of that. So in April of 1937, descendants of George Eskridge come here. They plant this tree in memory of their ancestor, George Eskridge. Now directly behind me, or off to my right I should say, this is Meditation Rock that I mentioned a little earlier. This is the place where Mary Washington would come and pray and meditate, brought her grandchildren here. We know that from surviving documentation from her grandchildren as well. And it's also believed this is where Mary Ball Washington would come to pray for her son, George Washington, during the American Revolution. And again, I just want to emphasize, I mentioned it a little earlier, but this was on the property of what we know as Kenmore Plantation today, where her daughter Betty and her son-in-law Fielding lived. And it was just a few blocks away from where Mary Washington lived in her own right. So this is why we think she came here, because of the higher elevation I mentioned earlier, that some of the authors she read, such as Matthew Hale, encouraging people to come out into nature and get as close to God as possible. So I'd like to thank y'all for watching, and if you want more information on Washington Heritage Museums, please visit washingtonheritagemuseums.org. Would like to mention on October 4th, our largest fundraiser of the year, Bourbon and Boxwood, is taking place, and you can find information about that on our website, again, washingtonheritagemuseums.org. It's going to feature heavy hors d'oeuvres and plenty of food and drink. I encourage you to check that out and come out and visit us. And then also, as a reminder, VA Travels, or Chris and myself, did a series of videos several weeks ago, probably a month or so ago by now, about our other properties. Encourage you to go check those out. Please come out and visit us. And again, appreciate you watching.
All right, guys, that's it. Another great one, another informative video. Thanks again to Kevin. Hopefully I can talk him to coming out and making another. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here. As always, guys, like and subscribe. See you on the next one.